So I just beat Bloodborne, and holy crap, that was. Oh my god, I finally managed to beat one of these freaking Souls games. Like, let me tell you, like, Dark Souls, I played through that, I think, like, 5 to 6 years ago at this point. Probably even longer. It was on my old account. I, like, had an account called Lewis9369, and I couldn't change my name at the time. Of course, now you can change your name. But I think you can imagine why I changed that. but I played it on that account. I beat the first boss, and I got on that crow thing that you ride on. And at that point, there's a bonfire, and then there's like apparently two separate paths you can take. I went to go to the left side, and on that side, well, the right side is actually just supposed to go. So I went to the left, and there was like a ton of like really high level skeletons that were just like completely fucking me up. It was insane. I was just like, this is Dark Souls? Okay, I'll grind for 10 hours. And I grinded for 10 hours. I still didn't get anywhere. And I was looking up the place that I was at on YouTube. And I was wondering why like all these parts said part 31, part 72 or some shit. It was insane. I was like, do people like record themselves grinding in these places? I probably should have went to like the first few parts and seen. Then I would have seen that I was actually supposed to go right. Cause I went to school one day and I was talking to this one guy in my class. He actually speedruns these games, and I was explaining to him what I did, and he told me, well, you actually had to go right, and I was face palming so hard. Beating bosses in this game is like a borderline beating a final boss in a game. Like, it gets really, really tough at times, but you persevere, you stick to it, and you overcome. And that's the main idea of these games, is that you get better every single time, just like an old school game, just like every game really. You get better by failing over and over and over again. Now, before, I didn't have that mindset. So the night I got this game, I picked it up from GameStop, and I went through the game, restarted. I picked up my saw cleaver, went through that first initial section. I beat the Dark Cleric Beast, I beat the Father again, and I got back to the section of Bloodstarved Beast, and I did not go to sleep until I beat that freaking boss. Because that was the boss that kept me from even continuing on in this game the first time around. I kept doing it over and over and over again, and I beat him. I finally freaking beat him. He had like a poison move. His attacks, like, let me tell you, like, playing through this game the first time is like one of the most scary freaking things I've ever done. It's like a freaking horror game at that point. And I didn't play any of this game co-op. I don't really like playing online. Like, the only reason I haven't played like Nintendo online was because it was free, and now of course you gotta pay for it. We'll get into that. But there was one time when there was like an NPC partner they could use with the bell. It was on that electric dogfight, and I don't know. I don't see the point of playing these games with somebody if you have somebody with you. Like, I think the main draw of these games is doing it yourself, but maybe that's just me. Oh man, another hard one was the one Unborn, I think it was called. That was hard. That was probably the third hardest boss to me. Anyway, besides the final boss and the Bloodstarved Beast. I don't think I had any footage of it, but God, that took so long. The boss before the final boss was really easy compared to the harder ones. I also went and did like all the side bosses before the final boss. None of them were really that hard, I gotta say. Although the queen, the gigantic pink slime thing, That was pretty hard. Bosses are definitely the best part about this game, though. Like the ROM boss, like that was crazy because there's a bunch of there's like a bunch of spiders crawling all over the place, and there's like this giant uh, queen queen spider in the middle that like shoots rocks at you and stuff. Like, man, I my heart was beating fast for that one. The combat's really hard to get down the first time. Like, I mean, I've played like 3 Souls games to like really understand it on a like base level. Not even that, maybe. Because it's really simple, but it's really hard to control. So you kind of have to master the controls. You know, it's like a Kid Icarus Uprising type thing. And you know that's a good thing because I don't want all my games to control the same. I want to adjust to it. That's why I kind of miss tank controls. That's why I love the old Tomb Raiders, like with the tank controls, because it's like a technical platformer almost. Man, we're actually raiding tombs. A new Tomb Raider. Uh, I used a saw cleaver throughout the whole game, and I didn't really like any of the other weapons that I found. They're all like way too heavy or sluggish or didn't do as much damage. The freaking final boss, oh my god. He was so fucking hard. I had to grind for that one, like hardcore, more than any other boss. I think I beat him at like level 71. That was hard. That was really hard. And I guess I got I don't know, a bad ending? I like the ending a lot. I won't spoil it, but I actually kind of like the ending. But I'll definitely be going back and playing through it multiple times to get the other endings. I'd say like my 2 favorite parts about this game were the bosses and exploration. Like I love just exploring the world for the first time on that initial like run through of these areas. You get like a sense of excitement like every single time you reach a new area and get to explore like new things. Like, and that's another thing about this game. Like the best part about this game also for me is like kind of the worst part, but it's pretty much a necessary evil. Because every time you die, you go back to the last light that you lit up, and then you have to go all the way back. So, I don't like it, but it's a necessary punishment for losing. So you get to like rethink strategies, take some time off. You don't have to, or you don't. They don't allow you to keep redoing the boss fight over and over. I think it's actually more good than bad. I just don't like it. I wouldn't ask to change it or anything. But that is I will say that is the reason why I quit the first time. Because I didn't like going through the same thing over and over again just to fight the boss and then die and then do the same thing over and over again. But once you get everything down, once you get how the game works, it's so freaking satisfying. And you know, these types of games we need nowadays because games are just becoming easier and easier. They're becoming more cinematic experiences than actual video games. And it's just great to finally be able to dive into the series by finishing at least one of them. I've been playing games for as long as I have, and I haven't been able to beat at least one of these freaking games, so I'm glad I have, and I'll definitely be going to Neo and Dark Souls and then the other games to beat those as well. So those are my thoughts on Bloodborne. I highly recommend it if you want to get into the Soul series from Software. I want to become a fan of the series, or at least have some, be able to beat these damn games. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, and to all those game journalists that were crying about wanting an easy mode in these games, do what I did, and get good.